Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video we are going to know about the operating system structures. Okay, so we are going to know the difference between the two types of structures, that is monolithic and microkernel. So first coming to the monolithic kernel. So it is having the single address space, that is the kernel address space. The operating system components are considered as a single entity in the kernel space. So here a single large process is running on the address space. Kernel services are implemented in the kernel address space. See, if you check the diagram here, in the monolithic kernel operating system, here in the kernel mode, all the services are running, okay, only in the kernel mode. Okay, like a virtual file system, inter-process communication, file system, scheduler, virtual memory, device drivers and dispatcher. See, all these services are running only in the single address space, that is in the kernel address space. Okay, so here the application hardware and the kernel will communicate using the system calls or function calls. And if you consider the microkernel based operating system, so here the kernel services and user services are differentiated here. So we are partitioning the services into kernel and user services. Okay, so that one thing we are going to know here. Okay, and in the monolithic kernel, larger size, it is having the larger size and faster execution. So since all the kernel services are executing in a single address space, it increases the size of the kernel and it makes the execution very fast. And the next one is it is difficult to debug and less secure. It is hard to maintain, debug and extend the services. So here the testing takes more time. And the next one is adding new services needs modifying the operating system. So adding a new service means recompiling the entire kernel code, which is a time and resource consuming process. And the next one is if a service crashes, then the entire operating system crashes. The device drivers residing in the kernel space makes the monolithic kernel less secure than the microkernel, and failure in the driver may lead to the crash. And here the communication is done between the application kernel and hardware using the system calls. And the examples of the monolithic kernel are Linux, Unix and BSD. Okay, so here the components in the monolithic kernel are tightly coupled. That means they are dependent on each other. So that's why if your service fails, then the entire operating system is crashing. Okay, and the next one is the microkernel. So in the microkernel, we are having the two address spaces, that is user space and the kernel space, whereas in the monolithic kernel, we are having only single address space, that is kernel address space. So in the microkernel, we are having the two address spaces, that is user and the kernel address space. Okay, so here the kernel is broken to the two servers, that is user server and kernel server, or user address space and kernel address space. Here all the non-essential components are moved from kernel space to the user space. Only essential inter-process communication, file services are included in the kernel space. Okay, and here the communication is done through the message passing. And here the user space and kernel space are running in a different address spaces, whereas in the monolithic kernel, in the single address space, only the one kernel address space is running. Okay. The next one is it is a smaller in size and slower in execution. Since some components are moved to the user space, kernel space is less and it is very slow in execution. Okay. Why means, so here there will be a switching between the user and kernel mode, right? since there is a dual mode, that is a kernel and user mode, so there will be switching, lot of context so there will be a lot of mode, so that is good. And the next one, and more secure. Okay, so it is easy to debug since the kernel has core functionalities. Okay, and the next one is new services added easily. Okay, so new services can be added easily to the microkernel due to the service separation. So next one is new services can be added easily. All the servers are kept separate and running in the different address spaces. So it will be easier to add new services without the recompiling. We can add the new features here. Okay, and the next one is, if a service fails, the rest of services won't crash, like in the monolithic kernel. So if a single service fails, then the remaining service won't crash, since the services are running in the two types of address space, that is the kernel and user address space. Okay, so due to this service separation, if one server fails, others can still work reliably. So device driver resides in the user space here. Okay, and the last one is the communication. So here the communication is done through the message passing. Okay, so here if you check the microkernel based operating system, so we are separating the services from the kernel mode to the user mode. So in the kernel mode, we are having interprocess communication, virtual memory and scheduling. Okay, and so in the user mode, so user mode means, so it will be running in, it will be under the control of the user or application. Okay, so like application IPC, Unix server, device driver and file server. Okay, so these are the some components that were separated from the kernel mode to the user mode, and there will be some switching between the kernel mode to the user mode. That's why it is very slow in execution. Okay, and here the communication between these components, that is application, kernel mode and hardware, is done through message passing. Okay, so that's all about the monolithic kernel and the microkernel. And here the best example of microkernel is QNX Symbian L4 Linux. Okay, and here all the components are independent here. Okay, so that means it is a loosely coupled components. And nowadays we are using the combination of both the microkernel and monolithic kernel, that is a hybrid kernel. Okay, so we are taking the best part of the monolithic kernel and microkernel, and that part is we are using in the operating system. So these kernels are called hybrid kernels. This is a combination of both the monolithic and the microkernel. Okay, so that's all about the operating system structure, and thanks for watching my video.